It's hard to be a hero. Being a hero comes with a great deal of public gratitude, daily clapping rounds and so on, but there is a dark side to heroization. Nurses that were heroized during the COVID-19 pandemic have been reported as resisting the label of hero. Sure enough, ironically, heroes are more likely to be funneled into low-wage positions, and people appear to think it's more justified to make cuts to hero payslip rather than their non-heroic matched occupations. In this research project, we investigate two sides of occupational heroism: the causes, why and how our occupation heroized, and the consequences. Do heroizing occupations predict only positive outcomes for workers but also for society as a whole? In our first study, cheekily titled 50 Shades of Heroism, we asked participants to rate 53 occupations selected to be representative of all major occupation groups. They rated to what extent the occupations were heroic, but also exposed to danger and helpful. What we see here is a very obvious linear 3D link between our three dimensions. Heroes appear to be, across all occupations, helpful people that are exposed to danger. Let's just take a look at the funny exceptions that are exposed to danger but not that heroic. Those are our villains: crime bosses, cannabis farmers, and, perhaps surprisingly, debt collectors. So, if the essence of heroism boils down to altruism and risk, can we create heroes? In a set of two experimental studies, we tried to grant specific groups of workers an heroic status, or take that status away from them. Study 1 contrasted exposure to danger versus bored most of the time. Describing workers as bored did make them less heroic. Firefighters, described as spending most of their time in long meetings, reviewing safety protocols and training, appeared significantly less heroic than firefighters described as regularly facing wildfires, burning buildings, and dangerous rescue missions. Study 2 addressed something that has a long philosophical tradition. When it comes to altruism, is it better to be selfless or to be helpful? Sure enough, I would also like to save the world from starvation. That does not make me a hero, because most of the time I'm running R code lines on my laptop. Workers were described as being selfless and helpful, selfless yet unhelpful, selfish but helpful, or selfish and unhelpful. What we found gives support to the idea that heroism is more about actually helping people rather than being motivated to help people. The outcome matters more than the intention. So, our hero factory can produce heroes, but is it something we want? In a fourth study, we found that occupational heroism correlates with gratitude. We support and want to reward heroes, need for public relation campaigns. But there is a darker side to the heroization of workers. People who criticize the heroes are harshly judged, more likely to attract recommendation of prosecutions for criticizing workers. And meanwhile, heroes that effectively break the rules are more leniently judged. Participants reported favoring deregulating heroic professions and protecting them from the consequences of breaking the rules. So, effectively, the hero status grants a moral shield, protecting workers from criticism and blame after violating regulations. So to sum up, yes, we can manipulate the opinion of people regarding whether some occupations are heroic or not, by framing the occupations as exposed to risk and being helpful. However, heroizing occupations has consequences. By shielding heroes from negative moral evaluations, they are placed in a position that can pave the way to impunity. So I hope this sparked some interesting questions. Feel free to share them with me. I'd love to discuss this work. Also note that because of the restrictive poster format of the presentation, I'm guilty of selective reporting here. Check our official project webpage for all the details and measures I'm not mentioning here, and follow us for more updates about our research.